Hello there everyone, it's King Sloth back again with a brand new video, and it's been a very long time, but I'm doing another British Army video because I don't know why. It must be something to do with the weather, like it's starting to heat up. Obviously the current things going on in the world makes sense. People are wanting to join the army and they're wanting to know how best to prepare for the army for going to phase 1 training more specifically. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over the physical side, obviously, because that's what most people panic about. They worry about, oh my God, am I physically going to be able to do this? Am I going to break, injure myself? Am I just going to hold everyone back? Me, when I first joined up, I was no way near fit. Like, looking at it now, I joined up very, very unprepared. To the point where carrying weight wasn't in my training plan. Losing a decent amount of weight before I got there wasn't in the plan. It was just to hit. In my mind, I was like, okay, it's a mile and a half run at the time. I think now it's a 2K run. But it was a mile and a half at the time, and you had to do it in 10.5 minutes. So I used to make sure I could run 2 miles in just under 11 minutes. Like, okay, that's me. Cleared. Big mistake. Big rookie mistake. For the people now I've been through it, I've made me a little plan. It's worked with a couple of people who have followed my videos beforehand. They've said thank you so much for the information, and I've tried to help them out as much as I can. But first thing, and people underestimate this so much, and it's carrying weight, walking with weight. So for the recommendation which I said to the other people, it's just get yourself a standard rucksack, get like a litre or so of water in there, and just try and get the weight up to about like 6 to 7 kilos. Just walking not day to day, but more like, I'd say about once a week with weight, and then each fortnight you'd increase it slightly, so increase by like half a kilo each time, and it will work eventually. Eventually you get used to carrying it. My old PT used to say it's all about getting the miles under your legs, because I used to suffer quite bad with shin splints. They said literally do a tab, shins would be burning, shins would be in pain. I'm like, oh my God. But when he came out with no, don't worry about it, we'll get it sorted, get your shins all sorted. Then we started doing it again, and eventually the recovery time for it near enough went to none. My shins now, they will hurt for like a couple of hours or so after a tab, but once I've got all my stretching done, once I've had my shower, I'm all set and ready to go. So getting used to carrying that weight, because phase 1 you do a lot of it when you're on exercise, you're carrying weight. When you go on tabs, while doing fitness training, you're carrying weight. A lot of times they just find ways to make you have that weight on you to get used to it, and it is a good thing to have before you get to phase 1 training. Second thing I mentioned was about losing weight. I didn't do that. I literally passed my selection and then just near enough stopped training. Looking at it now, once again, big mistake. I don't know what I was thinking, but I've been a mong. Get yourself involved in some sort of fitness group, whether that be going on runs, whether that be CrossFit. CrossFit's really good. But my favourite one that I recommend to anyone trying to join the army, get yourself involved in either a boxing club or boxercise. The weight that you shred while doing boxing is insane. If you can get yourself to a boxing gym near enough every other day, you will lose so much weight. So much weight. Even like basic pad work, you think just working your technique, you're getting the basics. Then when you get onto the sparring sessions or hitting the bags, the sweat that comes off it. I went from 110 kilos to 91 kilos. I think it was 8 weeks. So that's a massive drop in weight. Obviously, I was eating healthy at the same time, but you drop so much weight so fast, and all your muscles become a lot more toned, even without using weights. Obviously, mixing your different weight sessions as well as going to the boxing to keep building upon the muscle mass while losing the fat. It works. It works entirely. Third thing, work on your basics. Your basics as well. Your press-ups, your sit-ups, squats. Literally the most basic couple of exercises you can think of. Your plank. Get them down to add them onto your morning routine when you first get up. 50 press-ups, 50 sit-ups, 50 squats, and like a minute or 2 plank. If you keep doing that, morning, night. When it comes to phase 1, they go, okay, press-ups. You've messed up press-ups. You're like, okay. Even though you'd be tired, you know you can do it. So you sort of, in your head, you've got ready for that. So Now that's covered the physical side for preparing for phase one training. The mental side is very different. The mental side, before you get to phase one, you need to prepare yourself. It's for most people, it's going to be crap. It's going to be crap. The whole purpose of phase one training is to break you down and build you back up again. You're going from civilian to soldier. I did quite well at that. I didn't suffer as much on the mental side as the physical side, because I'd already spoke to my brother was in the military, my father-in-law was in the military previously, and they sort of went, phase one, it's going to fucking suck. Just get on with it, get your head down, do what you're told, don't say no, just go. And when I had that in my head, it was like, okay, do this. Most people are like, oh, it's a stupid job. I'm just like, okay, Roger. I was not fussing the slightest to do any sort of job like that. And having that mentality of, it's not that long. Phase one training is not a long time. In terms of like your military career, phase one training is nothing. It's literally like a drop in the ocean. Of people who were saying like, oh my god, I'm worried about it, I always said to everyone, oh, phase one, I bet you hated it. I was like, yeah, I hated it, but would I do it again? Yeah, I'd do it again. You make friends there that you potentially don't see there for the rest of your career. You won't see them again ever, because some people move to abroad, some people move across the country, some people move to Scotland. They move everywhere, but you'll always remember the shit that went down while you're there. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, so the first mental health is just get on with it. It's not long. It's like 14 weeks minimum for phase one training. So just get that in your head and you'll be sound. Second thing, speak to your family as often as you can. There'll be situations where you'll be away and you can't speak to them, which is a bit shit. But they'll understand. Me and my missus, even though we still use our phones on the evening. You weren't allowed to use them in the day, but you could use them on the evening to talk to family and that. We still sent a letter once a week to each other, because there'll be certain times like you get on a night time, you're like, bro, I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling today. I feel like I feel down, feel really down. I think more because you're physically drained and you're learning that much information so quickly. You need that little like decompression period. So when I used to get these letters, I literally used to keep them, used to stick them to my wall above my bed. Whenever I was feeling down, I literally just pick a letter off and I'd read it off and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. Having that purpose around you helps massively. It helps so much. So there you go. You've got it's only 14 weeks. Keep your head down. Speak to your family as much as possible. And 3, find a way that you can also calm yourself down. So for me, we used to go out, get the high vis and go for a run around the camp. We used to do that as long as you had high vis or someone more senior there. So I used to speak to my corporal, I'm like, can we go for a run? They'd be like, oh, you've got this in the morning. I'm like, we're not going on a fast run, a beating. We just want to run, but we need a senior staff member to be there to be allowed to. Like, oh, okay, I'll come with you. Having that break for going for a run, even though you're tired, you need that break out of being in a building. You want to run off your own steam, sort of thing. Also, I use music quite a bit. So I literally brought with me a Bluetooth speaker with me, and each day I'd pass it to one person in the room. So we had 12-man rooms. 10-man room, sorry. I'm trying to work out in my head where the beds were. So it's a 10-man room, and each day I'd give a speaker to someone else. I'm like, okay, mate, your music call. It's your call for the music today. What we listen to. That could be anything from, I went from like German house music to opera to Frank Sinatra to fucking screaming guitar music, like death metal. I was like, okay, it is what it is. That's what they enjoy. And when you have that little bonding session, you learn more about the other person. If someone's really into like I met one bloke who's really into like his death metal. I'm like, bro, why do you like this? He's like, well, here's a picture of me when I was younger, and he had like black long hair, like dyed blue and everywhere. And he was just like, I was struggling as a child. This is why I'm in the military now, to sort of centre myself. I'm like, great. You learn a lot about someone through music, and you don't even realise it. So yeah, there you go. Those are my fitness tips, mental health tips. Just getting ready for phase one training. You need to be prepared for what's going to come, because it does suck, but it's also the best time of your career. It's really weird. Hope you all succeed in your British Army process, and let me know how it goes. Keep in touch. If you've got any more questions, send them to me on any of my socials down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.